Hi guys, my name's Beckett. Welcome to the channel. We're going to be doing a tutorial series covering how to improve your aim, stuff like that. But before we get started and get in depth into the video, if you could hit that like, hit that subscribe, it really helps. Just watching the video really helps. Alright, so we're going to be talking about DPI, sensitivity, different games. Now, if you just play one game 24/7, if you're just a CSGO nerd or a Call of Duty nerd and that's the only game you ever play, this video may not help as much. But even if you just play another game on the side, maybe it's a single player, something like this video will not only help improve your aim, but help improve consistency. And honestly, consistency is the best thing you can have in any shooter game at all moving forward. Alright. So first off, if you go to one of these websites or Reddit or whatever it may be, and you just, copy down whatever Shroud or whatever pro gamer is, stop. It's really just hurting you because there's so many variables. It could be what kind of monitor are they using, what mouse pad, how big is it, what mouse, what their DPI setting is, what their sensitivity. So if you just go there, Shroud is using sensitivity 1, so I need to be using 1. That's a big mistake. Easiest way to explain DPI and how it works is basically when you move your mouse left, right, up, or down, the higher DPI you are, the less you have to move your mouse. So if you have, like, let's say 250 DPI, it may take you longer to turn all the way to your right or look all the way to your left. And if you have something higher, like I run 750, which some people may think that's madness, but that's what I've grown comfortable to over the years. And I don't really want to change it because it just takes too long to learn muscle memory, and I'm already dog crap enough. I don't need to get worse. Now, for example, let's say you pick 250 DPI and, let's say you just stay on the default sensitivity. So where do I go from there? What do I need to do so I can figure out what my sensitivity needs to be for me? Since I don't have your mouse pad, I don't have your mouse, I don't know what dimensions on your screen you're using. There's so many things that can come and change this. So what I do is just go into like a private match, private game, and what I want to do is try to do a 90-degree turn with my mouse. So I'll look directly to my right or directly to my left. And my flick, when I flick, it should be directly 90 degrees. If it's not, if I'm going over, then lower your sensitivity. If you're going under, up your sensitivity a little bit until you figure out that sweet spot. So you found that sweet spot where your sensitivity should be, where your DPI, everything. Like I said, generally, I don't mess with DPI, but if you want to mess with it, I usually just keep it at one value and then just adjust my sensitivity as needed. So now you've mastered CSGO or whatever game you play, and you decide to switch it up and go and play a new game, single player, another multiplayer, whatever it may be, and you realize I'm just not hitting my shots. I'm missing consistently. It doesn't feel right. Maybe it's a new game, maybe new mechanics, something's going on. You just set the sensitivity yourself. You're like, it's close enough, it feels right, but usually it's not. Even if it's only off by like a millimeter, that can add so many different variables into your aim, and you'll get used to that, and you go back to another game, CSGO, whatever it may be, and then it's just a never-ending battle. I know this because I dealt with this a long time until I figured out to use certain websites. Google is your friend. Don't forget about that. So what we want to do, we want to have the same DPI and the same sensitivity across all platforms, all games, whether it's single player, multiplayer, because that's going to give us more consistency and we're just going to be a more competent player. If we're always at the same spot with our mouse, no matter what game it is, we're just going to improve as a player overall. Now, this is no advanced tip. This is a beginner guide. So let's get into it. And I'm going to show you a couple resources I use, and hopefully this helps you moving forward. All right, so I use a couple of websites. There's ones you can pay for. I would recommend not paying for it because if you can get it for free, just get it for free. All right, my main website that I go to every time is just aiming.pro. I'll leave a link in the description for the website. So I'm just going to walk you through. It's very simple. It's not that hard to use. You don't have to be, a mathematician or anything. So I always use Escape from Tarkov because that's the one I remember off the top of my head. And it's an easy one. It's just 0.8. So I go there. Like I said, don't copy mine. Find out your own and figure where it is on whatever your favorite game is. And once you zero it in, then you can go in, and if it was Call of Duty or whatever, but I know what my Escape from Tarkov sensitivity is. So I'm just going to go, let's say I want my Escape from Tarkov to be the same as my CSGO, just so that we can have that consistency that I talked about. So we'll just scroll down. As you can see, you go down there and it will say 4.54555. it's going to give you like an exact number. It won't let you put that exact number in, but usually I just round up or round down, whatever you prefer and whatever works for you. You can also enter your DPI to see where it's at. Let's say I'm 750, and it will just tell me how many inches per like turn, all that fun stuff. But I just use that sensitivity. And if you want to pay for a website, we can go through that route, and I'll show you the website that I use. It's called mousesensitivity.com. So you have to pay for this service, but only pay for it once. What I would do is just choose every game you can think of that you'll play. You may have to pay for it again in the future if another game comes, but this has a far bigger library. The other one just has all the major multiplayer games, but you can go through like any game. So if you play a bunch of single player games, Far Cry, whatever it may be, you can do that and just take a screenshot of what all the values are, or put it on a clipboard, you know, on a notepad, something for the future, so you don't have to keep paying a monthly service. And if a new hotshot multiplayer or a new game comes out, you can always pay for the service again, but I usually don't. Like I said, I try to stick to a free version, and I'm not sponsored by any of these guys. I don't mess with any of that. I just always go to the free website. Usually all new multiplayer games get updated fairly quickly, like by the time the beta comes out, the launch. They're pretty good at that website. They have a couple other features, but I just use it for the sensitivity, so I'm completely consistent on all my games. I may suck, but I consistently suck. So if this helped you guys out, let me know down in the comments. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. And just remember, let your muscle memory kick in. It's going to take some time. It may take an hour, a day, a week, but eventually you'll get used to it and you'll become more consistent over each game, whether it's single player, multiplayer, and that's going to help you improve in the long run. This is just one small tip in a bigger series. So we'll go through each time. A lot of it is kind of structured around competitive shooters, CSGO, things like that. But if there's anything else you guys want me to cover, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.